Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and I got a couple neat new quadcopters to review for you today. This is the new Cheerson Eagle and CX-10SD. These are two little micro quadcopters, very tiny little things. One of them is one of the tiniest I've ever seen, that are controlled, have a new means of control. Let me go over them first. This is the Eagle. CX-10 Eagle. Very tiny little thing. Has, I believe, a 50 milliamp per hour battery in there to power it. It does have an on-off switch on the side here, but what's special about this thing is its controller. This is a G-sensor controller, you know, not your normal two-stick controller. The way this one operates is you press this front button here, and then if you want the quadcopter to go forward, you just tilt it forward. If you want to go back, tilt it back, left and right. So it's all G-sensor controlled, but you have to hold down this button to do such. If you let go of this button, it just drifts and hovers. Other switches on it, this is automatic takeoff, automatic landing, power switch, rates, and this button here is calibration. It does not have headless motor, one key return, nor does the CX-10 SD. Let's go over the CX-10 SD. It also is a tiny little quadcopter. It has a nice little insignia on the top there. The controller operates the exact same way, folks. You press this button down, and if you want to go forward, you tilt it forward. If you want to go back, you tilt it back, left and right, while holding this button down. I forgot to mention, if you want to do flips, both of these do flips. You press this stick here and tell it which direction to flip. Going up will raise the quadcopter. Pulling down on this stick will lower the quadcopter. Moving left or right yaws the quadcopter. So that's how it controls, very basic control. So let's fire it up and see how it performs. Hope you enjoy this flight. Okay, turn it on. You turn on the on-off switch here. It's powered up. Turn on the transmitter. Up, down. To take off, you press the takeoff button. To go up a little higher, you give it a little throttle. To go forward, you push forward, back. Let's go up a little higher. And yawing to the right. Pushing to the right, forward. If you don't do anything, it just hovers. But if you press the button and then push forward, it goes forward. So pretty darn cool, huh? Coming down a little lower so you can see it. A little bit lower, a little bit lower. There it is up close. Let's yaw it. There it is yawing. Yawing to the right. Pressing the button and pushing forward, pulling back. Very simple control. Pressing the button, moving left and right. Let's try a flip. Pressing the flip button, telling it to flip forward. Actually, that is not flip. Pushing forward. Oh, there we go. You got to press the button to get it to flip. It just remembers that it's in flip. Okay, pushing the forward. Let me show you that again, folks. You press this button. It knows it wants to flip, but you got to press this button too to tell it which direction to flip. Oh, it worked that time. Let's bring it down. This flip button, I got to get this down. Flip. Oh, you got to go like, oh, press this button and tell it, okay, I understand now. Pushing forward. Let's do it again. I think I got it now. Pressing the button, pressing this button, and then tell it to flip. So you use the G sensor to flip it. So pretty cool little toy. Mainly meant for indoors, of course. Not really an outdoor flyer. There's no wind today, so I can do this. So pressing the button, holding it forward, and it did a flip. So again, if you do nothing, it just hovers. Although it does not have optical flow, it just hovers based on how well you calibrated it. Let's see if I can fly it forward and then yaw it, fly it in a circle, in other words. Still pushing forward. See how I did that? Forward, turning to the left. So, mainly meant for indoor flying in your living room. Neat little toy. I wonder how long it flies. I don't see any blinking lights yet on this thing. Let's go pushing and pushing forward. Let's go to higher rate. And I'm just curious about its highest rate. Beginner, intermediate, highest rate. What's its max tilt? Let's try it. How fast can it go? It's moving. Oh, okay, lights are blinking. That's its flight, so that was its highest rate. So, cool little toy. Okay, let's fire up the CX-10SD. See how this one performs. Let me turn this one off first so I remember. There's the on-off switch. It had blinking lights, so it did give me an LVC warning there. Not a long one, but it gave me one. So, okay, turning on the CX-10SD. And its on-off switch is there. So this is the back. And pointing it there. Remember, this does not have headless mode, folks, so you're going to have to be flying this on your own. So automatic takeoff. It goes up to about 1 meter, pushing the button. Ooh, this is a neat looking quadcopter. See it there? So you can see it. Where's the front on this? That's the front. Turning it. The front is the pointed end of the Eagle on its insignia. Let's go up a bit higher. Try that flip again. Bring it back to me. I want to turn this way. After a while, you get the hang of this thing pretty quickly. This G-sensor controller. It works pretty darn good. So yeah, for a beginner flyer, you'd catch on to it real quickly. You know, let's try yawing. Just flying it normally. Doing figure eights. You got to keep pushing forward. And turning it and going back to just forward, backward. Okay, trying the flips again. Pressing the button. Flips. And bringing it back. And lowering it so you can see it. Let's bring it up close. Pretty little quadcopter. Just yawing it so you can see it. Hope it's showing up. So yeah, this is the CX-10SD. So again, Cheerson is trying to keep alive these little micro quadcopters. I always thought these little these are called Nano quadcopters. I always thought they were neat. You just don't see them around as much as they used to be. They were everywhere before. The CX-10, original CX-10 was classic. I'm landing it, seeing if it'll land in my hand, taking off from my hand. There it goes. Bringing it down and bringing it back. CX-10 is a classic, folks. I think it's still available out there. Going up a bit higher. Is the lights blinking yet? No, not blinking yet. Well, this does have altitude hold, although it seems to want to drop a bit. I'm giving it throttle to keep it up, and it's coming back down again. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take it off again from its landing pad. Let's go back over to its landing pad. Okay, it seems to have leveled off there. Can I make it to the landing pad? Or is it going to continue descending? It looks like it's slowly descending. Oh, I hit the flip button, I think. Okay, I am going to take off again. We got it bound, take off. Let's see if it holds its position. Now this little one keeps wanting to descend a little bit. Oh no, there we go. Seems to steady that. Okay, I don't know what that was, folks. But let's see how steady this will stay. Cool little quadcopter. 610 SD. We'll see what its flight time is. Now, the one thing with these little nanos is that you can't swap batteries in them, you know, to keep flying. You have to charge it. It can be done in the field. You use a little, what do you call those things? Power bank to charge it. And that'll enable you to keep on flying. But, you know, it takes about 20 minutes or so to recharge these things. So you get one flight, and then you got to recharge another. A lot of people, what they do is, since these are so inexpensive, they'll buy a couple of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, and then keep flying that way. You know, when one dies, they fire up the other one and start charging it, and when the other one dies, they start charging it. And that's how they keep flying, because these are only like $10, $15, I think. I don't know what the price is on this. There goes our LVC, because these haven't been released yet. But they are coming soon to a vendor on the other side of the world from you, who I'm sure will be more than happy to ship it to you for free. So that's the CX-10SD and the Cheerson Eagle. So I hope you enjoyed these flights. This is Quadcopter 101, holding up their controllers. Quadcopter 101, let's get in the light. Quadcopter 101, signing out.